Right now, there's a voice inside your head. It's analyzing what I'm saying, judging the lighting in this room, and probably reminding you of an email you forgot to send. We spend our entire lives identifying with that voice. We think it's who we are, but consider this. If you can hear that voice, if you are the one listening to the thought, then who exactly is the one thinking it? You cannot be both, the creator of the noise and the victim of it. You cannot be both, the speaker and the listener. So who are you? Truly. You are not the voice. You are the pure consciousness observing it. And the moment you realize that, the entire illusion of your suffering begins to collapse. Think about when we were children. A child can be sitting in the dirt, surrounded by chaos, and still radiate pure joy. Why? Because they haven't been conditioned yet. They are just pure observing consciousness. But from the moment you grow up, society hands you a script. Your culture, your friends, the media, they tell you what success looks like and who you're supposed to be. Over time, those conditions harden into an identity, an ego. And the ego is incredibly fragile. You can have a beautiful, loving friendship for 10 years, but the moment they say one thing that challenges who you think you are, you latch onto it. You erase a decade of love. You create a narrative about how terrible they are and end the relationship. Why? Just to defend a condition that was taught to you. We go to war to protect a ghost. And I wish I could tell you this because I study this, that I'm somehow above it, but I do this too. Recently on my pilgrimage to India, I had a connecting flight bump to a smaller airline at the gate. They told me I couldn't carry my camera gear on board. They demanded I checked it under the plane. I refused. My entire livelihood was in those bags. The voice in my head started screaming that this was a disaster and that the airline was actively against me, so I fought it. And because of that, I missed the flight. I got the runaround from an automatic customer service, and I never got my refund. I let the entire beginning of my journey be completely ruined. I was consumed by that noise. But eventually, I stopped fighting. I stepped back into the seat of the listener. I let the flight go, stayed the night in Chennai, and took a 38-hour train to Bodhi. I went straight to the Bodhi tree, the exact place where the Buddha found enlightenment, and I meditated. When I opened my eyes and stood up, I heard someone call my name. I turned around, and standing right there under the tree was my meditation teacher, a monk from the monasteries of Thailand who taught me Vipassana, thousands of miles away from home. If I had listened to that angry voice in my head at the airport, desperately trying to control my plans, I would have missed that exact miracle I was supposed to experience. So if happiness isn't found in controlling our conditions, and it isn't found in the endless chatter of the mind, where does it live? Imagine hearing a sound that never stops, one continuous frequency playing at full volume. That isn't music. That's an alarm. It's exhausting. What transforms a sound into music are the pattern interruptions. It is the silence between the notes that gives the melody its soul. Without that empty space, there's no music. Your mind is exactly the same. If you are constantly thinking, arguing with ghosts, and defending your ego, you're just a siren. Happiness does not exist in the thoughts themselves. Happiness is in the space between the silence and the thought. True bliss isn't about running away to India or forcefully shutting down your brain. It's about widening that gap in the middle of a normal Tuesday. It happens when your boss sends you a passive-aggressive email, or someone cuts you off in traffic. The voice in your head instantly flares up. handing you a script of anger. But instead of reading the script, you just pause. You take one breath. You watch the thought rise. And you let it fall away without acting on it. Living in constant bliss is simply making the space between the end of one thought and the beginning of the next just a little bit longer. Because that empty space, there is no anxiety. There is no ego to defeat. In that silence, there is only pure consciousness. There is only you. Quieting the mind is only the first step. Because even in the silence, there's an invisible machine running inside you. A piece of ancient software that's forcing you to repeat the same exact toxic patterns and mistakes over and over again. Next week, I'm going to show you exactly how to break the loop. Hit subscribe so you won't miss it. We're walking this path together. Satu. Satu, Satu.